Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Using Opposites Conversation Cheat Sheet. With this new cheat sheet, you'll learn common opposite adjectives like near and far, hot and cold, and grammar rules on how to use these words in a sentence. Second, the How to Say Goodbye PDF Writing Workbook. With this printable PDF, you'll pick up some common parting greetings and be able to practice writing them out. Third, can you talk about cars in your target language? Learn how to say words like tire, windshield, headlights, and more with this quick vocab bonus. Fourth, must know words and phrases for public transportation. Learn how to say ticket, bus, train, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. Fifth, the 10 habits of highly effective language learners. Wondering which habits will help you succeed with language learning? Then check out this free lesson. Sixth, want the language learning app that gets you speaking? Download Innovative Language Learning for free for the Android, iPhone, and iPad. You'll unlock bite-sized audio and video lessons that teach you practical conversations and start speaking in minutes. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to make your language learning breakthrough this year and get full access to our complete learning program, then get 31% off Premium and Premium Plus with the Breakthrough Sale. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the lesson description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Welcome to Fun and Easy Chinese by ChineseClass101.com. Hi, 大家好，我是李英如。Hi everyone, Andrew Li here. Have you ever been frustrated in your Chinese learning journey? We all need some encouragement and praises from time to time to be able to continue. In this lesson, you will learn 3 groups of encouragement phrases in Chinese. Well, the first group is used to boost someone's confidence. 加油 is the first and most important one you should know because of how often it is used in daily life. 加油 literally means to add gas or to add oil. It's similar to go for it or come on in English. It is used to tell someone to try hard and fight for it. A typical situation for this phrase to be used is at a sport event. You hear the audience yell, 加油,加油 to the team they support. Or another scenario, suppose that tomorrow you're taking your HSK exam, which is a standardized test for Chinese learners, and your family is cheering you on and firing you up by saying 加油 to you. Another phrase to build someone's confidence is 相信自己, meaning believe in yourself. 相信 means to believe. 相信 and 自己 means oneself. 自己 and together 相信自己 believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You can do this. Well, the third phrase in this group is 你是最棒的. This is saying you are the greatest. 你是 you are 你是 最 is used before adjectives to indicate the highest level. And 棒 is an adjective meaning great. 最棒的 together is the greatest. So together, 你是最棒的. You are the greatest. 你是最棒的. You are the greatest. Nobody can beat you. You are on top of the world. The next group is compliments and praises you can give to people to reward their work. First one, 非常好. Meaning excellent. 非常好. 非常 means extraordinary. 非常 and 好 means good. So 非常好 together is over the top good or excellent. 非常好. Well, another compliment with the word 好 good. is 你做得很好。你做得很好 meaning you did very well. 做 means to do. 做 and 的 is a particle that connects a verb and an adjective. So our verb here is 做 to do, and 很好 means very good. 做得很好 means does something good, does something well, or did something well. In this case, there's no difference in tenses. Together, 你做得很好 you did very well, or you does something very well. We can use specific actions to replace 做 in the sentence. For example, 你说得很好。说 means to speak or to say. 你说得很好 means you spoke very well, or you speak very well, or you said something well. As in, you speak Chinese very well. 你中文说得很好 or that's a good point, well said. 你说得很好 Another verb, 唱 means to sing. 唱你唱得很好 You sing very well. 你唱得很好The third phrase in this compliment group is a phrase that got popular on the internet and has become a slang in everyday language. 给你点赞给你点赞给你 means to give you or to do something for you. 给你点 in this case, in this context, means to click. And 赞 originally means compliment, but on social media, 赞 is the like, as in the like button on Facebook or YouTube or WeChat. So 给你点赞 literally is to give you hit the like button or to click or to hit the like button for you, or it could be translated as to give you the big thumbs up. 给你点赞This expression is only used in very casual settings to say good job. 给你点赞 The third group of encouragement phrases is meant to give people faith in difficult times. 坚持住 meaning hang in there. 坚持 means to keep going or to persist in. 住indicates the emotion of grasping a hold of something. Together, 坚持住 is to keep going and hold on tight. Or in an English phrase, hanging there. 坚持住 Next. 别放弃 Don't give up. 放弃 is to give up. 放弃别 is don't. 别放弃 Don't give up. And last one, 继续努力继续 means to continue. 继续 and 努力 means to work hard. 努力继续努力 together can be used to encourage someone to try again or to keep trying when something has failed, or it can be used to tell someone to keep up the good work. 继续努力 In this lesson, we learned 9 encouragement phrases used in 3 different situations. Suppose you're taking a course to learn Chinese characters, 汉字, but it seems so hard and so time-consuming. So you come to me and ask me what to do. And I, as a Chinese teacher, would most likely to be telling you not to give up your effort by saying, don't give up, which in Chinese is 别放弃 别放弃 Suppose your sister is going to have a job interview for the first time in her life. You're on the phone with her and tell her to go for it. This commonly used cheering phrase in Chinese is 加油加油 To comment on a well-done job by your subordinate, you can use the phrase excellent, which is in Chinese is 非常好非常好 You guys did a great job. 非常好给你们点赞 I'll give you the big thumbs up. Welcome to Fun and Easy Chinese by ChineseClass101.com. Hi, 大家好，我是李英如。Hi everyone, Yinru Li here. Have you ever been really angry but just can't find the right phrases in Chinese? Not knowing what to say when you're angry can make you even more mad. In this lesson, you will learn a few expression patterns along with some sample angry phrases to help you show your emotion in a clear and native way. First pattern is 不许不许 This is a command phrase to tell someone not to do something. 不许 means not allowed. 不许 If someone is upsetting you by something you don't like, you can use 不许 followed by an action. Now let's look at a few examples. 不许笑笑 means to laugh. 笑 And 不许笑 is telling someone laughing is not allowed. Don't laugh. 不许笑不许插嘴插嘴 means to interrupt someone's talking or to cut into a conversation. 插 means to insert and 嘴 means mouth. So 插嘴 means to interrupt. And 不许插嘴 means do not interrupt. 不许插嘴 And 不许没礼貌礼貌 in this case means politeness. And 没礼貌 is don't have the politeness, don't have the courtesy or being rude, not being polite. 不许没礼貌 Don't be rude. You can't be rude. 不许没礼貌 This is something that a parent would tell a child who's misbehaving. Next pattern is also used in a command. 给我给我 literally means to give me, but it's also used to intensify the tone. It is to let someone know that you are angry, sort of like giving them a warning. 给我 And putting 给我 in a sentence is very common in colloquial language. And 给我 usually goes with the subject 你 to make the 你给我怎么怎么样 pattern. 你给我 plus a verb. Here are some angry phrases with the 你给我 pattern. 你给我出去出去 means to get out. 出去 And 你给我出去 literally is you give me get out. But it's simply a very strong command to ask someone to get out. 你给我出去 Well, it may not sound so angry when you say it slow because I was trying to say it slow so you can hear it clearly. But when you're angry, trust me, you would say it fast and furious. 你给我出去 And 你给我听好听好 means listen carefully. 听好你给我听好 is used when you are about to say something serious because you are irritated. 你给我听好 And 你给我闭嘴 Well, earlier in this lesson, we learned 插嘴 which means to interrupt. And here we have another 嘴 verb, which is 闭嘴闭 means to close or shut. 闭 so 闭嘴 is shut your mouth. 你给我闭嘴 is an angry expression to ask someone to shut up. 你给我闭嘴. Well, now let's look at a couple adverbs we can use before verbs to intensify and express strong emotions. First one, 简直. 简直, well, the literal translation of 简直 is simply and practically. But in English, it's more like saying literally or almost as a way to exaggerate. 简直, for example, 这简直是个笑话. This is literally a joke, or it's almost like a joke. 这简直是个笑话. You can say it when you think something is ridiculous. 这简直是个笑话. And 他简直疯了. He's literally gone crazy, implying how can he do this? Did he lose his mind? 他简直疯了. Next adverb that is served as an intensifier is often used in questions. 到底. 到底 literally means to the bottom, but it's the equivalent of on earth in English. 到底. 你到底想怎样? What on earth do you want? 你到底想怎样? You can use it when someone drives you crazy and you can't take it anymore. What do you want? 你到底想怎样? And 这到底是怎么回事? What on earth is going on with this? 这到底是怎么回事? 怎么回事 means what's going on, and 这到底是怎么回事 it's a stronger version than 怎么回事. 这到底是怎么回事? Okay, another example with 到底. 你到底是不是男人? This one could be hurtful. Are you a man or not? It could imply, can you be responsible like a grown man or not? 你到底是不是男人? Alright, it's not fun, definitely not fun to be angry. So let's calm down and review what we have learned in this lesson. So what is the commanding phrase that means don't or not allowed, as in don't laugh? 不许笑. Laughing is not allowed. Don't laugh. Okay. To make 你出去, you get out, sound stronger. What phrase can we add before 出去, the verb? We can add 给我 to make 你给我出去, you get out. And which adverb means literally or almost? Like as in, this is literally a joke. This adverb is 简直. 这简直是个笑话. This is literally a joke. And what phrase is used in questions to emphasize and express strong emotions, as in, what on earth do you want? 到底. 你到底想怎样? What on earth do you want?
Welcome to Fun and Easy Chinese by ChineseClass101.com. Hi, 大家好，我是李英如. Hi everyone, 英如李 here. Do you know what the 5 most commonly used Chinese characters are? If your goal is to be able to read and write in Chinese, the very first step is to memorize the most commonly used Chinese characters, 汉字. According to data collected from classical and modern Chinese writings, these 5 characters, 的 一 是 不 and the are the 5 most commonly used Chinese characters. In this lesson, you will learn the pronunciation, stroke order, meaning, and usage of these top 5 most common Chinese characters. The first place of all the commonly used Chinese characters goes to the. The is the neutral tone, which means it's light and brief. The. And to write the in the correct stroke order, it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it has 8 strokes. 一共有8笔画。The first can indicate possession. For example, 你 means you, and 手 means hand. If we put the between you and hand, it becomes your hand. 你的手 your hand. 你的手。他们 is another pronoun meaning they, and 狗 dog. So if we connect 他们 and build 狗 with the de, it becomes 他们的狗 meaning their dog. 他们的狗。大卫 is the Chinese translation of the name David. 大卫 and 朋友 means friend. So 大卫朋友 and we link them with the de. This phrase becomes 大卫的朋友 David's friend. 大卫的朋友。The also indicates possession by turning a noun or pronoun into a possessive noun. Let's look at some examples. 这只狗是他们。这只狗 means this dog. 是 is 他们 they. Well, by itself, it doesn't make much sense. This dog is they. But if we put a de after 他们, we turned they into theirs. 这只狗是他们的。This dog is theirs. Okay, 这只狗是他们的。And next sentence. 这只手 this hand 是 is 你 you. This hand is you. Doesn't make much sense. So how about we put a de after 你 It becomes 这只手是你的 This hand is yours. 这只手是你的 A second common use of the is that it is used after adjectives to modify nouns, or which means it's connecting an adjective with a noun. So adjective, the, and a noun. Let's look at some examples. 干净 is an adjective meaning clean. And 手, we know, it's hand. So to say a clean hand in English, we don't need anything between the adjective 干净 and the noun 手. We just say clean hand, but it's a different case in Chinese. You need the in between. So we have to say 干净的手 clean hand. 干净的手 And next, 可爱 is an adjective meaning cute. And 狗 means dog. So to say a cute dog, we have to use the between 可爱 and 狗。可爱的狗 a cute dog. Well, ironically, the second ranking most common 汉字 actually means one. 一 in pinyin, it looks like this. 一 What we need to pay attention about this character 一 is its pronunciations. To be more exact, its tones. When 一 is used as a numeral in sequence, such as when you're counting, it is the first flat tone. 一 as in 1、2、3、4、5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1、2、3、4、5 or 第一 meaning the first tone 第一 the first. Okay, when E is followed by other characters to make compound words, or when E is followed by a major word, otherwise called classifiers or counters. E has two different tones. First, when E is followed by a fourth falling tone. Okay, one more time. When E is followed by a fourth falling tone, E becomes the second rising tone. E, as in E young. See, young is the fourth falling tone. E young, meaning the same. E young. Okay, when E is followed by the three other tones, first tone, flat, second tone, rising, third tone, down and up, E becomes the fourth falling tone. As in E, 杯, 杯, first flat. 一杯 means one cup or one cup of. 一杯. And 一直, 直, second rising tone. 一直 means always. 一直. And 一起, 起, third, down and up, meaning together. 一起. The third most common 汉字 is 是. 是. This character has a few more strokes. So to write it in the correct stroke order, please watch closely. 一, 二, 三, 四, 五, 六, 七, 八, 九. So it has 9 strokes. 是. Depending on context, 是 can be translated as am, is, or are. So they're all the same. To be is the same word in Chinese. For example, 我, I, 大卫, David. So to say I am David, we use 是. 我是大卫. I am David. 我是大卫. And 这 means this. 我的狗, my dog. And to say this is my dog, 这是我的狗. 这是我的狗. 他们, they. 我的朋友, my friend. They are my friend. In Chinese is 他们是我的朋友. They are my friend. 他们是我的朋友. Okay. To negate 是 or to say am not, is not, are not, we need the next commonly used 汉字, which is 不. 不. 不 has 4 simple strokes. To write it, 1, 2, 3, 4. 不 is often used before verbs to negate. For example, to say am not, is not, are not, we say 不是. 我是大卫. I'm David. 我不是大卫. I'm not David. 这是我的狗. 这不是我的狗. This is not my dog. Well, just like the character 一, the tones of 不 also changes. But the good thing is the tone changing rules is the same as 一, which is when followed by the fourth falling tone, 不 becomes the second rising tone, as in 不是. 不是. And when it's followed by the 3 other tones, first, second, third, or when 不 is used alone by itself, it's the fourth falling tone, as in 不知道, meaning do not know. 知 first tone, 不知道. And 能 is can, second rising tone, 不能 cannot 不能 and 好 third tone good 不好 not good 不好不好 Most common 汉字 number 5 is 了 Just like 的 Le is also a neutral tone, which means it's short and brief with no tone marks on top. Le itself looks like a fishing rod with a hook, and it only has 2 simple strokes, E and R. Well, le is basically a grammatical particle with no exact English translation. First of all, le as a particle can indicate past events and completed actions. For example, 我 I, 洗 is a verb meaning wash, and 手 means hand. We can say 我洗手 meaning I wash hand, but if we put a le after the verb 洗, 我洗了手 becomes a past event. I washed my hands or I have washed my hands. 我买一只狗 I buy a dog. Well, how about we put le after the verb 买我买了一只狗 becomes I bought a dog. So this is the first major function of le. The second major function of le, the particle, is that le indicates change of status. This phrase 下雨 means to rain. Okay, if we say 下雨了 it means something different. It means it's starting to rain or it's raining now. Even though there's no now 现在 anywhere in this sentence, but with the le here, it indicates it's changed. It's a different case now. It wasn't raining, but it is raining now. So it's in this sentence, 我们 we 不要 don't want. And if we say 我们不要了 it indicates that we wanted it. We did want it before, but now we don't want it anymore. It's a different case. It's been changed. 我们不要了 Here is a short paragraph in Chinese characters containing the 5 most commonly used Hanzi and a few phrases we introduce in this lesson. Can you try to read it? Now let's read and translate together. 我买了一只狗 I bought a dog. 我的狗是一只可爱的狗 My dog is a cute dog. 我的狗不爱干净 My dog does not like being clean. Note the 不 here is in second rising tone because it's followed by I, to love or like, in fourth falling tone. 下雨了，我要去洗我的狗 It's raining now. I have to go wash my dog. 要去 means have to go or am going to. 要去 One more time all together. 我买了一只狗。我的狗是一只可爱的狗。我的狗不爱干净。下雨了，我要去洗我的狗。
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you doing? After watching this video, you'll be able to answer this question and tell someone something about what you're writing. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
你在做什么？
我在写我的日记。
Once more with the English translation.
你在做什么？
What are you doing?
我在写我的日记。
I'm writing my journal. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, What are you doing? That's,
你在做什么？
listen to it again.
你在做什么？你在做什么？
This Chinese sentence literally translates as, You are doing what? But it means, What are you doing? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
我在写，
object. I'm writing object. For example, I'm writing my journal.
我在写我的日记。我在写我的日记。
Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern. My journal,
我的日记。我的日记。
my journal,
我的日记。
my goals,
我的目标。我的目标。
my goals,
我的目标。
my dreams,
我的梦想。我的梦想。
my dreams,
我的梦想。
a to-do list,
任务清单。任务清单。
a to-do list,
任务清单。
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
你在做什么？
我在写我的目标。
What are you doing?
你在做什么？
I'm writing my goals.
我在写我的目标。
你在做什么？
我在写我的梦想。
What are you doing?
你在做什么？
I'm writing my dreams.
我在写我的梦想。
你在做什么？
我在写任务清单。
What are you doing?
你在做什么？
I'm writing a to-do list.
我在写任务清单。
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, What are you doing?
你在做什么？
Imagine you're writing your goals. Do you remember how to say, My goals?
我的目标。我的目标。
Say, I'm writing my goals.
我在写我的目标。
Now answer the question saying you're writing your goals.
你在做什么？
我在写我的目标。
Now imagine you're writing your dreams. Do you remember how to say, My dreams?
我的梦想。我的梦想。
Say, I'm writing my dreams.
我在写我的梦想。
Now, answer the question saying you're writing your dreams.
你在做什么？
我在写我的梦想。
Now, imagine you're writing a to-do list. Do you remember how to say a to-do list?
任务清单，任务清单。
Say, I'm writing a to-do list.
我在写任务清单。
Now, answer the question saying you're writing a to-do list.
你在做什么？
我在写任务清单。
Welcome to Can Do Chinese by ChineseClass101.com.
大家好，我是李嫣如。Hi everyone, I'm Yanru Li. In this lesson, you will learn how to ask how much something costs.
This is Ben Lee, and he's shopping at a small grocery store. He sees a snack with no visible price tag and asks, "How much is this?"
这个多少钱？
Listen to the conversation. Focus on Ben's question. Ready?
这个多少钱？
2块，
Once more with the English translation.
这个多少钱？
How much is this?
2块，
2 kwai.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Ben asks, "How much is this?"
这个多少钱？
Ben's question starts with
这个，
this.
这个，
This word can be divided into 2 parts. First is
这，
this.
这，这，
Pronunciation note.
这，
Can be pronounced as
这，
or
这，这，
is more common in everyday speech. Next is
个，
which is a universal measure word.
个，个，
Together
这个，
means this one or this.
这个，这个，
While
这个，
can translate as this one or this, for this lesson we'll use this. After that is
多少钱？
meaning how much money.
多少钱？
The first part is
多少？
how many or how much in this context.
多少？多少？
Note the literal meaning of the Chinese characters
多
many and
少？
few. So you could think of it like a lot or a little money. But it translates as how much.
多少？
Next is
钱？
money.
钱？钱？
Together
多少钱？
means how much money or how much.
多少钱？
Altogether
这个多少钱？
literally means this how much money, but translates as how much is this?
这个多少钱？
Let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how the shop clerk says 2 kwai?
2块，
First is
两
2,
两
is used to say two when followed by a measure word.
两
Next is
块
which literally means chunk or piece, but is also used as a unit for Chinese money in colloquial speech.
块
Together
2块
means 2 kuai.
2块
Note, at the time of this lesson, 2 kuai buys a bottle of water. The pattern is
item 多少钱
how much is item?
item 多少钱
To use this pattern, simply replace the item placeholder with the thing you'd like to know the price of. Imagine you'd like to know the price of a coffee.
咖啡
Coffee.
咖啡
Ask, how much is a coffee? Ready?
咖啡多少钱？
How much is a coffee?
咖啡多少钱？
There are two ways to say the number 2. When used to represent the number 2, such as in counting or a phone number, the number 2 is pronounced as R. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When used to express quantity, use 两 plus a measure word to say 2 of something. For example, 2块 2块 2个蛋糕 2 cakes 2杯咖啡 2 cups of coffee.
Let's look at some more examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
这个多少钱？这个多少钱？
咖啡多少钱？咖啡多少钱？蛋糕多少钱？蛋糕多少钱？
那个多少钱？那个多少钱？
多少钱？多少钱？ Did you notice how I omitted 这个？多少钱？
How much? When you're asking how much something is, and it's understood what you're speaking about. For example, when asking by pointing at something, you can omit the subject. The pattern is
多少钱
you should be aware of this pattern, but for this lesson, we'll use the sentence pattern
item 多少钱
how much is item. Let's review the new words.
咖啡
Coffee,
咖啡咖啡蛋糕
cake,
蛋糕蛋糕那个
that,
那个那个
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say money? 钱 钱 And how to say how much? 多少多少 Do you remember how Ben Lee asks, how much is this?
这个多少钱？
这个多少钱？ Do you remember how to say to when it's followed by a measure word? 两 Do you remember how the clerk says 2块？
2块。
2块 Do you remember how to say coffee? 咖啡 And how to say cake? 蛋糕 Do you remember how to say that? 那个
Let's practice. Imagine you're Ben, and you're at a farmer's market, where many items have no price tag. You'd like to try a snack close to the listener. Ask the price using the word for that. Ready?
那个多少钱？
5块。
Listen again and repeat.
那个多少钱？那个多少钱？
Let's try another. Imagine they're also selling artisan coffee. Ask for the price of a coffee. Ready?
咖啡多少钱？
10块。
Listen again and repeat.
咖啡多少钱？咖啡多少钱？
Let's try one more. Ask for the price of a cake. Ready?
蛋糕多少钱？
8块。
Listen again and repeat.
蛋糕多少钱？蛋糕多少钱？
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to learn a language 2 times faster by learning in pairs. And no, this does not mean learning with another person. But if you're looking for a way to learn more, improve faster, and do both input and output instead of just focusing on one language skill at a time, then this month's episode is for you. You'll discover 1. How learning in pairs gets you mastering more of the language, and 2. How you can apply this tactic to your learning. So, how can you learn a language in pairs? Part 1. How adding a human dynamic boosts your motivation. First, what's learning in pairs exactly? Think about it. When we study a language, a lot of the time we focus on one skill at a time, right? For example, one day you'll focus on grammar, another day you'll focus on speaking. For the most part, we only focus on one skill at a time. Learning in pairs is combining 2 skills, pairing them up. For example, reading and writing, listening and speaking, and grammar and vocabulary, just like that. Why do this? Is there anything wrong with focusing on one thing at a time? Not at all. Any time you spend learning is time well spent. But learning in pairs has some advantages and can help you master a language faster. Number 1, it's a better use of your time. For example, instead of spending 10 minutes on a word list, you can spend 5 minutes reviewing and the other 5 minutes saying those words out loud. So that would involve vocabulary and speaking. So you improve 2 skills at the same time. And you end up remembering the words better because you're practicing them in 2 different ways. Number 2, you're forced to do input and output. Input is where you take the language in, like reading or listening, and output where you produce the language, like speaking or writing. That way, you get to practice what you learn instead of just passively taking it in. And passively taking things in isn't the best way to actually speak the language fluently. You need practice. So by including output, you're actively including practice into every session that you do. And number 3, learning in pairs breaks up the monotony of doing one thing at a time. You might also wonder, do the skills have to be related? They can be, like listening and speaking, or reading and writing. But it's really up to you and what works for you. In the next part, we'll show you some examples of pairs and how to practice them with our program. But to recap, learning in pairs means pairing up 2 skills, like reading and writing, speaking and listening, grammar and writing, grammar and speaking, as well as other variations that you can come up with. So if you read for 5 minutes, you should also write for 5 minutes, or speak for 5 minutes, instead of reading for 10 minutes. Plus, words and grammar rules tend to stick better when you practice them in different ways. This is a learning tactic called interleaving. So, here's how you can learn in pairs with our learning program. Part 2, how you can apply this tactic to your learning. First, for listening and speaking, take our audio and video lessons. Listen to the conversations and shadow along, or repeat what you hear. To make it easier, download the dialogue tracks, which give you just the conversations, and listen and shadow along with them. For reading and writing, you can read the lesson dialogue and then write it out. You can do this with the line-by-line dialogue or with our lesson notes. So, reading and writing, listening and speaking. These are the most obvious pairs to do. You can also try grammar and speaking. For every grammar rule you learn in our lessons, spend an equal amount of time creating and saying example sentences out loud. For example, if you learned the potential form, I am able to, or I can, come up with and say lines like, I'm able to run fast, I am not able to run fast, I can jump, I cannot jump, and then say them out loud. You can also do this while pairing grammar and writing. For every rule you learn in our lessons, write out the example sentences. Next, you can also try vocabulary and speaking. Use our free vocabulary lists. Review them first for 5 minutes, and then spend the next 5 minutes saying them out loud. You can also try listening and writing. If you're an intermediate or an advanced learner, listen to a lesson conversation and write it out as you hear it. Or, if you want something easier, play our vocabulary builder lessons, where you hear just the words and write them out. These are just a few examples of how to learn in pairs. Feel free to create other pairs that we haven't mentioned. And let us know which ones you came up with and how they worked for you. Leave a comment. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about the halfway point and how to keep going with language learning. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! You want to learn a language and succeed, right? But where do you start and what do you do? There's grammar, speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So much to do and no clear pathway to follow. And it can feel overwhelming, right? But what if you had a clear step-by-step path of lessons that taught you everything you needed to know and took you from absolute beginner to advanced, and all you had to do was just follow the pathway? Well, you can do just that with our recommended learning pathway. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. So, how does our recommended pathway help you learn the language fast? 1. You get a clear starting point. With any goal you have, it's important to know where to start and what steps to take. Otherwise, you quickly get discouraged. So that's where our recommended pathway comes in. The pathway is simply a collection of audio and video lessons to learn with, and assessments that test you on what you've learned in the last few lessons. So you get a clear, step-by-step pathway of lessons laid out for you. Just follow the pathway, complete the lessons, do the assessments, and that's it. You'll find the recommended pathway on your dashboard and in the lesson library. 2. You get lessons that are right for you. When you sign up and set your learning level, whether absolute beginner, intermediate, or advanced, we give you a level-appropriate pathway. There's Level 1 for absolute beginners, meaning you have no experience. Level 2 for beginners with some experience. And all the way to Level 5 for advanced learners. So your learning experience is tailored to you and where you are in your journey. 3. You can level up your language skills. Instead of wondering if you're improving, how? As you're going through the pathway, you're constantly learning with the lessons, and you're constantly getting tested on what you've learned, with our lessons and multiple choice and hand-graded assessments. You'll find the assessments peppered throughout the pathway after every few lessons. And once you're finished with the Level 1 Absolute Beginner path, we give you Beginner, Level 2, then Intermediate, Level 3, and all the way up to Advanced. 4. You can easily stay on track and reach your language goal. Sticking with goals can be hard, especially when you don't see a clear path from where you are to where you want to be. But with the recommended pathways, you get a clear step-by-step pathway of lessons. All the lessons are laid out in front of you. Just do one lesson a day and follow the path until the end. By the end of that pathway, you'll level up your language. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with language learning and if you just want one clear pathway to follow, take advantage of our recommended learning pathway. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up. Want to speak more of your target language? Well, here's a completely free way to boost your vocabulary so you can understand more, speak more, and increase your fluency. In this quick guide, you'll learn all about our free vocabulary lists, how you can unlock hundreds of vocabulary lists that we give only to our users, and how you can learn new words and phrases fast without having to memorize for hours. But first, if you don't yet have access to our free vocabulary lists, be sure to sign up for a free lifetime account. Just click the link down in the description to sign up right now. So, how do these free vocabulary lists increase your fluency? Here's how. First, you can boost your vocabulary and range of expression with hundreds of vocabulary lists spanning all the must-know topics. Just look for the vocabulary lists inside the vocabulary drop-down menu on the site, and there you'll find lists for all kinds of topics, such as introducing yourself, talking about weather, the most common conversational phrases, holidays like Valentine's Day, Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, and much more. Second, you can practice your listening skills. By hearing the words at both native speed and at the slower half speed. Just click on the speaker icon next to each word to hear it at normal speed, and click a second time to hear the word at half speed, and you'll easily start understanding the word anytime you hear it. Third, you can practice your speaking skills with the voice recorder, a premium feature inside the vocabulary lists. Just click on the microphone icon to record yourself saying the word or phrase. You can also listen to the native pronunciation and your own pronunciation side by side. That way, you can instantly hear how close you are to the native speaker and how to improve. Fourth, you can easily review the words with the vocabulary slideshow tool. Just click the Play Slideshow button at the top and sit back and listen to the words. You can also play the slideshow on loop until all of the words and phrases are stuck in your brain. And fifth, if you want to master these words even faster, you can save them to your word bank or study them with the flashcards. Both are premium features. The word bank is your personal collection of key vocabulary, where you can also create printable vocabulary study sheets. And with flashcards, you can drill the words and retain them forever, thanks to our smart spaced repetition system. So if you want to boost your vocabulary and speak more of your target language, then get access to our free vocabulary lists. Sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up. Want to easily remember new vocab and phrases? Fact: Everyone, beginners and advanced learners alike, forgets new words the first time they learn them. So what's the secret to remembering? What do smart learners do? They note them down and review them later. And you can do this with our study tool called the Word Bank, your extended brain for language learning. And in this video, you'll discover 1. How to save keywords and phrases, 2. How to review the words so that you never forget them, and 3. How to create your own printable vocabulary worksheets. But first, if you don't yet have access to this tool and our lessons, just click the link down in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now. First, what is the Word Bank? The Word Bank is a premium study tool, and it's your personal language database where you can save new words and phrases with a single click, review them all in one spot, and never forget them. Think of it as your extended brain for language learning. Look for the Word Bank in the vocabulary drop-down menu on the site, or inside the menu in our app. So, how do you take full advantage of this powerful study tool? 2. How to save keywords and phrases. If you're taking a lesson and want to save key vocab, simply go to the vocabulary section. Select the words you'd like to save and click on Add to Word Bank. If you're using the core word list, like the 2,000 most common words, or the vocabulary lists, select the words, go to Add Selected Words, and click on Word Bank. Now, the words and phrases are saved in your Word Bank, and you can even organize the entries with labels like adjectives, verbs, or phrases. 3. How to review the words. Once you save the words to your Word Bank, you can easily see all of them, all in one spot. With every word or phrase, you get the audio pronunciation, the translation, and even the related lessons where they're introduced. That way, you can review the words one by one. If you'd like to study words with flashcards, just click on Sync to Flashcard Deck. This will create a flashcard deck of your Word Bank entries for you to study. 4. How to create your own printable vocabulary worksheets. If you want to have physical worksheets and practice writing the words on paper, then click on Printer-Friendly Version and print out your Word Bank entries. You can even export your Word Bank as PDF, CSV, or XML files. Remember, you can use this powerful feature with flashcards, lessons, and vocab lists, so take advantage right now. Save new words and phrases to your Word Bank with a single click. Review them all in one spot and never forget them with the Word Bank feature. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.